What if I told you the reason you feel stuck or unfulfilled isn't because you're lazy or unlucky, but because you're manifesting the wrong way? It's a tough pill to swallow, I know. You've been trying so hard, following all the advice, putting in the hours, and yet that deep sense of satisfaction, that feeling of your life truly clicking into place, it just isn't there. You see others succeeding and you wonder what secret they hold that you don't. It's not about working harder or wishing for more luck. It's about a fundamental misunderstanding of how you create your reality, a gap between your desires and the energy you're broadcasting into the world every single day. Living a fulfilling life doesn't mean being rich or famous. It means waking up with purpose, going to bed with peace, and experiencing joy in the present moment. It's that feeling of alignment, where your actions, your thoughts, and your deepest values are all moving in the same direction. It's about feeling energized by your daily routines, not drained by them. It's the quiet confidence that comes from knowing you are exactly where you need to be, doing exactly what you're meant to do. This isn't some far-off fantasy reserved for a select few. It's a state of being that is available to you, right here, right now, once you learn how to access it. And the way to create that isn't by hustling harder. It's by rewiring your energy, focus, and intentions. Think of yourself as a radio tower. If you want to tune into the frequency of joy, abundance, and fulfillment, you can't be broadcasting a signal of stress, lack, and frustration. The universe responds to the frequency you emit, not just the words you say. Hustling harder often just amplifies the wrong signal. We're going to stop pushing against the current and instead learn how to align with the flow, making your journey towards fulfillment feel less like a battle and more like a dance. These manifestation hacks have helped thousands of people attract peace, joy, and success into their lives. And today, I'm breaking them down step by step so you can finally live a more fulfilled life in 2025. These 3 hacks I'm about to share are responsible for completely shifting my reality and have worked for countless others. But I have to warn you, if you skip over the details or do these half-heartedly, they won't work. This requires your full attention, your emotional investment, and your commitment. You have to be all in. Are you ready to stop wishing and start creating? Ready? Let's go. Let's talk about the first hack, one that even the world's most successful people swear by, but most of us misunderstand: scripting your future self daily. Scripting is more than just journaling. It's a daily practice of writing your life as if your dreams are already real. You might think, oh, journaling, I've tried that. But this is not about recording your day or venting your worries. I need you to erase that thought from your mind right now. This is not about logging what happened yesterday or making a list of your worries. This isn't a diary entry. It's a declaration. It's an active, immersive, and transformative practice of becoming the person you want to be, one sentence at a time. Neuroscience shows that when you write in the present tense about your goals, you activate the same neural pathways as if you were living them. Your brain begins to accept this new reality. This is not a passive activity, it is an act of creation. When you script, you are not merely writing words on a page, you are forging a new neural pathway in your brain. You are building the neurological architecture of your future. Each word is a brick, each sentence a wall, and each daily entry is another room in the mansion of your dream life. It's the difference between looking at a blueprint of a house and actually walking through the finished rooms, feeling the texture of the walls, and smelling the scent of fresh paint. We are not just describing the future, we are experiencing it in the present moment. Think of it as a rehearsal for your future. Actors don't just read their lines, they embody their characters. They feel their characters' emotions, think their thoughts, and adopt their mannerisms long before they step onto the stage for the final performance. That's exactly what you're doing with scripting. You're rehearsing the role of your most fulfilled, successful self, just like Olympic athletes visualize their victory before the race. Oprah Winfrey has spoken about scripting her future, writing in her journal as if her dreams were already true. Jim Carrey famously wrote himself a check for $10 million before he ever earned it. Entrepreneurs like Sarah Blakely and athletes like Michael Phelps have used visualization and scripting to break records and build empires. They didn't just hope, they wrote, visualized, and felt their success into being. The science is clear. When you script your future self, you engage your reticular activating system, the brain's filter that helps you notice opportunities and resources that align with your vision. The goal here is to close the gap between who you are now and who you want to become. That gap is filled with doubt, fear, and old programming. Scripting bridges that gap. It systematically overwrites the old stories of I can't or I'm not good enough with the powerful present tense reality of I am and I have. It's a daily upgrade to your internal operating system. You're not just hoping for a better future, you are actively programming your mind and body to expect it, recognize it, and create it, starting today with the simple but profound act of putting pen to paper. So, how does this actually work? It's beautifully simple, which is why it's so powerful. You're going to get a dedicated notebook, something that feels special to you, and every single day, you will write as if your dream life is already your reality. The most crucial rule is this: you must write in the present tense. Not I will be a successful author, but I am a successful author. Not I hope to find a loving partner, but I'm so grateful for the deep, loving connection I share with my partner. This isn't a wish list for the future. It's a description of your now. You need to get incredibly detailed. Don't just write, I am so happy in my new home. Instead, describe it with all your senses. I am sitting on the plush cream-colored sofa in my sun-drenched living room, sipping a hot cup of coffee. The smell of jasmine from the garden drifts in through the open window, and I feel a profound sense of peace and gratitude for this beautiful, tranquil space I call home. You have to paint a picture so vivid that your mind can't tell the difference between imagination and reality. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you smell, touch, and taste? This practice sends a powerful signal to your subconscious mind. Your subconscious doesn't really understand past or future. It primarily operates in the present. When you consistently feed it detailed, emotionally charged, present-tense descriptions of your desired reality, it begins to accept these descriptions as fact. It then goes to work, filtering your perception of the world and highlighting opportunities, people, and resources that match this new, accepted reality. It's like giving your brain a new set of instructions, a new map to follow, leading you directly to the destinations you've described. The key is consistency. This isn't a once-a-week thing. It's a daily practice, a non-negotiable part of your routine like brushing your teeth. By doing it every day, you are reinforcing these new neural pathways, making them stronger and more dominant than the old, limiting ones. You are conditioning your mind and body to live in this new reality. It's a daily immersion into the life you are creating, which makes the manifestation of it not a matter of if, but a matter of when. You are collapsing the timeline between your desire and its physical form. If this sounds a little out there, remember, it's a proven strategy used by icons in every field. From Oprah to Jim Carrey, from Olympic athletes to top entrepreneurs, scripting and visualization are their secret weapons. Think about Oprah Winfrey, who wrote her dreams as reality long before the world saw her success. Or Jim Carrey, who visualized his acting career and wrote himself a check for $10 million years before he earned it. Athletes like Michael Phelps mentally rehearse every stroke of their race before they ever dive into the pool. Entrepreneurs script their business success before it happens. These are not just stories. They are demonstrations of how the mind, when given a clear script, can turn vision into reality. And it's not just Oprah. The actor Jim Carrey famously wrote himself a check for $10 million for acting services rendered, dated it for Thanksgiving 1995, and carried it in his wallet. He wasn't just hoping for the money. He was living in the reality of already having earned it. He scripted his success. By the time that date rolled around, he had earned that exact amount from his role in Dumb and Dumber. He used a physical object as a script, a daily reminder of the reality he was stepping into. This is the power of making your future tangible in the present. The principle is universal. Whether you're an athlete, an artist, or an entrepreneur, scripting and visualization are tools for anyone seeking transformation. The science backs it up. Your subconscious mind learns through repetition and emotion. When you script with feeling, you rewire your brain for success. I started scripting. So if you want to create real change, follow the lead of those who have already achieved greatness. Script your future self daily, and let your mind and body lead you there. I wrote about the emails I would receive from people whose lives had changed. I described the feeling of creative flow and purpose. Within 6 months, my entire career trajectory shifted in a way that I could never have strategized or forced. The social proof is overwhelming because the principle is universal. It works for athletes visualizing the perfect shot, for entrepreneurs scripting their company's success, and for anyone seeking more love, health, or happiness. It works because it's not magic, it's neuroscience. You are literally rewiring your brain for success. You are training your reticular activating system, the filter in your brain, to spot everything that will help you achieve your goals. You're moving from being a passive passenger in your life to being the active, intentional author of your story. Now that you know how powerful this is, it's equally important to understand what ruins it. The number one saboteur of this practice is writing without emotion. If you're just going through the motions, writing down words like you're copying a grocery list, you're wasting your time, the universe doesn't respond to your words, it responds to your feelings. The emotion is the fuel. It's the energetic signature that attracts the corresponding reality. You have the gratitude, the joy, the peace, the excitement of your dream life as you write about it. It has to stir something within you. The second thing that will absolutely kill your progress is skipping days. Consistency is the engine of transformation. Doing this for 1 or 2 days and then stopping for a week sends a mixed signal to your subconscious mind and to the universe. It says, I kind of want this, but not really. It shows a lack of commitment. Making this a non-negotiable daily ritual, even for just 5 or 10 minutes, builds incredible momentum. It's the daily reinforcement that solidifies the new beliefs and neural pathways. Skipping days is like trying to build a sandcastle while the tide is coming in. Your efforts just get washed away. Another major mistake is treating your scripting journal like a to-do list or a list of demands. This is not about writing, I want a new car, I want a promotion, I want a vacation. The energy of wanting is the energy of lacking. It reinforces the very thing you're trying to move away from. Instead of focusing on the what, focus on the who. Who are you when you have these things? You are grateful, you are secure, you are free, you are joyful. Script from that state of being. The focus should be on the feeling and the identity, not the checklist of items. Finally, you ruin this practice by judging your own writing or doubting the process while you're doing it. That little voice that says, "This is silly, this will never happen," is the sound of your old programming trying to keep you safe and stuck. You have to consciously set that voice aside during your scripting time. This is a sacred space for creation, not for criticism. Suspend your disbelief for those 10 minutes a day. Give yourself permission to dream, to feel, and to become without the constant commentary of your inner critic. Protect the sanctity of this ritual. To make this truly effective, you must elevate it from a simple task to a sacred ritual. This means creating a specific time and space for it. Don't just squeeze it in whenever you have a spare second while the TV is blaring in the background. Choose a consistent time, preferably in the morning before the world has a chance to impose its demands and doubts on you. This sets a powerful, positive, and intentional tone for your entire day. You start the day as the creator of your life, not as a reactor to it. Your mind is most receptive in those early moments after waking. Create an environment that signals to your brain that something important is about to happen. Maybe you light a specific candle, play a piece of calming instrumental music, or make a special cup of tea that you only drink during your scripting time. These sensory cues create a powerful anchor. Over time, just the act of lighting that candle or smelling that tea will instantly shift you into a creative, receptive state of mind. You are building a ritual that bypasses your conscious, critical mind and speaks directly to the deeper, more powerful parts of your being. Before you even put pen to paper, take a moment to connect with your breath. Close your eyes, take 3 deep, slow breaths, and consciously release any tension from the day before or any anxiety about the day ahead. This simple act centers you in the present moment. It quiets the mental chatter and creates a clear, clean slate upon which you can write your future. You cannot create a masterpiece on a cluttered canvas. This moment of stillness is essential for accessing the deep well of emotion and imagination required for effective scripting. Your ritual is a personal sanctuary. It's a deliberate act of self-love and a declaration that your dreams are worthy of your time, attention, and energy. It's you telling yourself and the universe that you are serious about this transformation. By treating this practice with reverence, you infuse it with power. It's no longer a chore on your to-do list. It becomes the most important meeting of your day, a meeting with your future self. And when you show up for that meeting consistently, your future self begins to show up for you in your reality. Let's dive deeper into the most critical component: feeling every word. It's one thing to say it, but it's another thing entirely to understand how to do it. As you write, I am so grateful for the loving and supportive friends in my life. I want you to pause. Close your eyes and actually conjure the feeling of being surrounded by people who adore you. What does that feel like in your body? Maybe it's a warmth in your chest, a smile that spreads across your face, a feeling of safety and belonging. Linger in that feeling. Let it expand and fill you up. This is not a mental exercise. It is a full-body experience. Your body is the antenna that broadcasts your energetic frequency. When your thoughts and your bodily sensations are aligned, your signal becomes incredibly clear and powerful. So, as you script about your thriving, successful business, don't just write the words. Feel the confidence in your posture. Feel the excitement buzzing in your cells. Feel the pride and satisfaction of seeing your vision come to life. Let your physiology mirror the reality you are creating on the page. If you struggle to connect with the feeling, use a memory as a bridge. Think of a time you felt pure joy, deep love, or immense pride. It doesn't matter what the context was. Anchor into that memory and feel that emotion fully in your body. Once you have a strong hold on the feeling, then redirect that emotional energy towards the new scenario you are scripting. You are borrowing the emotional resonance from your past to give life to your future. You're teaching your body what your new reality feels like by using a familiar emotional template. Remember, the subconscious mind learns through repetition and emotion. Writing the words is the repetition. Generating the feeling is the emotion. You need both. Without the feeling, the words are just empty shells. It's the emotional charge that magnetizes the experience to you. So, make your primary goal during your scripting ritual not to write a certain number of pages, but to generate a specific state of being. The success of your session is measured by how deeply you felt it, not by how much you wrote. The feeling is the secret ingredient that makes the entire recipe work. The final piece of this is understanding how the script translates from the page into your physical reality. It's not about writing it down and then waiting for a magic fairy to deliver your dreams to your doorstep. The scripting process changes first. By consistently immersing yourself in the identity and feelings of your future self, you begin to think, act, and make decisions like that person. You start to see the world through their eyes. This internal shift is what creates the external change. You become a vibrational match for the life you desire. As you change, your perception changes. You'll start noticing things you never saw before. An opportunity that was always there suddenly becomes visible. A person you've known for ages suddenly says something that sparks a brilliant idea. A random article you read online contains the exact piece of information you needed. This isn't coincidence. It's your reticular activating system, your brain's filter, now being programmed by your daily script to highlight everything that is in alignment with your new reality. You're simply noticing the path that was always available to you. This new state of being will also inspire you to take different actions. You're scripting about being healthy and vibrant? You'll suddenly feel a genuine impulse to go for a walk or choose a salad. Not because you too, but because it feels like the natural thing for that healthy person to do. You're scripting about being a confident business owner? You'll find yourself speaking up in a meeting or finally making that call you've been dreading, because that's what the confident version of you does. The scripting inspires aligned action, which is what builds the bridge to your new reality. So trust the process. The script is the cause. The change in your life is the effect. Focus on tending to the cause every single day with intention, emotion, and consistency. Write your script, feel your feelings, and then release it. Go about your day from that elevated state and pay attention. Be open and curious about the nudges, the ideas, and the opportunities that begin to appear. They are the universe responding to your call. They are the first tangible signs that your words are taking root and your new reality is beginning to bloom. This brings us to our second hack, one that is backed by science and practiced by some of the most successful people in the world. It's a concept that flips conventional wisdom on its head. Embody before you receive. Instead of waiting for success, confidence, or happiness to arrive, you step into the role now. You act as if you already are the person you want to become. Psychologists call this the act as if principle. Or you might have heard the phrase, fake it till you make it. But it's not about pretending. It's about training your mind and body to align with your goals. Think of how actors fully embody their characters before stepping on stage, or how Olympic athletes visualize their victory before the race even begins. We often tell ourselves, I'll feel confident when I get the promotion, or I'll be happy when I reach my goal. But research shows that embodying the feelings and actions of your future self now actually rewires your brain and primes you for success. This is why athletes use visualization, why leaders practice power poses, and why performers rehearse not just their lines, but their emotions and movements. When you embody the energy, posture, and mindset of your future self, you send powerful signals to your subconscious mind. Your brain begins to filter opportunities, people, and ideas that match this new identity, just like a champion who sees themselves on the podium before the race is even run. Fulfillment isn't a destination. It's a state of being you can access right now by embodying the thoughts, feelings, and actions of your future self. So, whether you're an aspiring leader, an artist, or an athlete, start showing up as that version of yourself today. The world will begin to respond in kind. This is the secret behind so many success stories you admire. Embody before you receive and watch your reality transform. All right, let's get into our third hack, one that's backed by science and practiced by some of the world's most successful people. I need you to lean in close for this one, because it's so powerful, yet so many overlook it, even though research shows it can change your life. Because it is so powerful, yet so many of us completely overlook it. We're talking about your environment, your home, your office, your car, even the digital spaces you inhabit. Most people think of their surroundings as just stuff, a backdrop to their life. But science tells us your environment is an active participant in your reality. Environmental psychology shows that the spaces we inhabit shape our habits, focus, and even our mood. It is either supporting you, cheering you on, and lifting you up toward that fulfilling life you're scripting, or it is actively, silently, sabotaging your every move. It's holding you back, keeping you stuck in old patterns, and whispering to your subconscious mind that you're not worthy of more. I want you to stop and think about this for a second. Your environment is a physical manifestation of your internal state. It's a mirror reflecting your beliefs, your habits, and your fears right back at you. When you walk into your home, how do you feel? Do you feel inspired, calm, and energized? Or do you feel overwhelmed, drained, and a little bit chaotic? That feeling isn't an accident. It's a direct signal from your nervous system, reacting to the thousands of subtle cues in your space. Every single object, every color, every pile of clutter is sending a message to your brain, constantly influencing your mood, your focus, and your ability to embody that future self. This isn't about having a magazine-worthy home. Steve Jobs, for example, was famous for his minimalist workspace because he knew simplicity fuels creativity and focus. It's about creating a space that's in energetic alignment with the person you are becoming. Marie Kondo's philosophy, keep only what sparks joy, has helped millions transform their lives by transforming their spaces. It's about being intentional. Your environment is one of the most powerful, and frankly, one of the easiest things you can control to accelerate your progress. You can't always control what happens at work or what someone else says to you, but you absolutely have control over the space you wake up in and come home to. It's your sanctuary, your command center, your launch pad for a more fulfilling life. We're going to turn it into a vibrational magnet for everything you desire. So, let's be honest. Is your environment currently a launch pad or an anchor? Is it pulling you forward or holding you down? The truth is, you can do all the journaling and embodying in the world, but if you go back into an environment that screams scarcity, stuckness, and yesterday, you're fighting an uphill battle. You're essentially trying to grow a beautiful garden in toxic soil. It's time to stop ignoring the silent saboteur in the room and start curating a space that not only reflects your intentions, but actively helps you manifest them. That's why Olympic athletes have locker room rituals and vision boards, because their environment primes their mind for success. This is where the real magic begins to compound. So how does this actually work? Studies show that clutter increases stress and reduces productivity. A Princeton study found that physical clutter competes for your attention, decreasing performance and focus. It's because your surroundings speak directly to your subconscious mind. Your conscious mind might be able to ignore the clutter, but your subconscious sees everything. It processes every single detail, and it interprets that chaos as a reflection of your inner world. A messy desk tells your subconscious that your thoughts are disorganized. A bedroom filled with things from a past relationship tells it you're still emotionally tethered to what was, not what could be. That's why so many high performers, from athletes to CEOs, keep their spaces clear and intentional. Think of your environment as a form of nonverbal communication with yourself. Every single day, your space is telling you a story. The question is, what story is it telling? Is it telling a story of abundance, clarity, and forward momentum? Or is it telling a story of procrastination, confusion, and being stuck in the past? Your subconscious mind doesn't debate or argue, it just accepts. So if your environment is constantly broadcasting a message of not enough, or I'll get to it later, that's the reality your subconscious will work to maintain. It will create feelings and trigger behaviors that match that story. This is why decluttering is so much more than just cleaning. When you physically remove an object from your space that no longer serves you, you are sending a powerful signal to your subconscious. You are saying, I am making space for the new. I am letting go of the old energy, the old identity, and the old limitations. You are literally creating a physical and energetic vacuum, and the universe will rush to fill that space with things that are in alignment with your new intentional frequency. It's a profound act of self-love and a declaration that you are ready for the next level of your life. This principle works in the positive too. When you intentionally place objects in your environment that represent your goals, what psychologists call visual anchors, you're programming your subconscious for success. Think of vision boards used by Olympians and entrepreneurs alike. You're programming your subconscious for success. A photo that makes you feel joyful, a quote that inspires you, a plant that represents growth. These aren't just decorations. They are tools. They are constant, gentle reminders that bypass your critical mind and speak directly to the part of you that creates your reality. You are literally curating a feedback loop of positivity and intention that your subconscious will absorb and act upon, day in and day out. For example, Oprah Winfrey is known for creating intentional spaces for reflection and gratitude. She credits her environment for helping her stay focused on her vision. Or look at athletes who set up their lockers with motivational quotes and personal mementos. These rituals are proven to boost performance and confidence. Even in pop culture, shows like Tidying Up with Marie Kondo have inspired millions to declutter, showing that when you change your space, you change your mindset. The science is clear. When your environment is aligned with your intentions, you're more likely to achieve your goals, feel motivated, and experience less stress. But it felt like I was wading through mud. One day, I looked around my home office, and I looked at it. It was a disaster. There were piles of old papers, books I hadn't touched in years, and projects I had started but never finished. The energy in the room was heavy, stagnant, and frankly, depressing. On a gut impulse, I decided I couldn't work in that space for one more minute. I spent an entire weekend on a ruthless environmental overhaul. I didn't just tidy up, I questioned everything. I asked of every single object, does this represent the successful, creative, energized woman I am becoming? If the answer was no, it was gone. I donated bags of books, recycled mountains of old paperwork, and threw out half-finished projects that represented failure and procrastination to me. It was exhausting, but with every bag that left the house, I felt lighter. Then came the intentional part. I repainted the walls a bright, uplifting color. I bought a huge whiteboard and wrote my biggest, scariest goals on it in bold letters. I created a small, beautiful corner with a comfortable chair, a plant, and my favorite inspirational books, designating it as my dreaming space. I even changed the lighting to be brighter and more energizing. I curated a playlist of music that made me feel like an absolute powerhouse and had it playing whenever I was in the room. My office was no longer just a place where I worked. It became a sanctuary of inspiration. The shift was almost immediate, and it was shocking. Within a week, I landed a new client that was bigger than any I had before. Creative ideas started flowing so fast I could barely keep up. I felt more focused, more motivated, and more aligned than I had in years. Nothing externally had changed yet, except for my environment. But by changing my surroundings, I had fundamentally changed the energetic message I was sending to myself and to the universe. I proved to my own subconscious that I was serious about my growth, and my reality had no choice but to catch up. It was a game changer. So, what ruins this powerful hack? What are the common traps that keep your environment working against you instead of for you? The first and biggest saboteur is clinging to things that no longer align with who you are becoming. This is often driven by guilt or sentimentality. It's the piece of furniture you inherited that you hate, but you keep it out of obligation. It's the clothes in your closet that fit a version of you from 5 years ago, but you keep them just in case. Every time you look at these items, your subconscious gets a little ping of misalignment, a reminder of an energy that is not your future. You have to be ruthless. I'm giving you permission to let go. Thank the item for its service in your life and release it. Your energetic alignment and your future fulfillment are more important than an old vase you feel guilty about getting rid of. Letting go isn't about being ungrateful for the past. It's about honoring your present and making space for your future. You are not a museum for your old life. You are the architect of your new one, and you need a clean slate to build upon. Your space should be filled only with things you love and things that lift you higher. The second saboteur is ignoring the vibe of your space. You can have a perfectly clean and organized room that still feels off. The energy is stagnant, the lighting is harsh, or it just feels cold and uninviting. The vibe or the energetic frequency of your space matters just as much as the physical objects within it. How does your space feel? How does it smell? What sounds do you hear? You need to engage all of your senses. Open the windows to let in fresh air, play uplifting music, use essential oils, or burn a candle with a scent that makes you feel calm and happy. Add soft textures and warm lighting. Vibe is everything. The third thing that will absolutely ruin this is keeping things out of a sense of false scarcity. This is holding on to things you don't need or love because you think, what if I need this someday? This behavior screams, I don't trust that I will be provided for in the future to your subconscious mind. It's an act of fear, not faith. By clearing out the just-in-case items, you are making a powerful statement of trust. You are declaring that you believe in an abundant universe and in your own ability to attract whatever you need when you need it. You are choosing to live in a state of overflow, not a state of lack. I want you to start thinking of your life, your home, and your workspace as a giant vibrational magnet, like attracts like. That is a fundamental law of the universe. Your environment is constantly emitting a frequency, a signal that is broadcasting out into the world. And that signal is attracting people, opportunities, and experiences that are a perfect match for it. So if your home is emitting a frequency of chaos, clutter, and stagnation, what do you think you're attracting more of? Exactly. More chaos, more missed opportunities, and more feeling stuck. But here's the exciting part. You can intentionally change that frequency. By decluttering, organizing, and curating your space, you are literally upgrading your vibrational broadcast. When your environment emits a frequency of clarity, beauty, peace, and inspiration, you become a magnet for experiences that match that vibration. You start attracting people who are inspiring. You start noticing opportunities that are aligned with your goals. Your life begins to feel less like a struggle and more like a flow, because you are in energetic harmony with your desires. Your environment is doing the heavy lifting for you. This isn't woo-woo nonsense. This is about applied energetics. Everything is energy. The chair you're sitting on, the thoughts in your head, the goals you've written down. By aligning the energy of your physical world with the energy of your desired world, you create a powerful coherence. You are no longer a house divided against itself. Your inner world and your outer world are telling the same story, singing the same song. This alignment is what creates the magnetic pull, turning your intentions from just a wish into an inevitability. Your environment becomes your greatest ally in the manifestation process. So I want you to see this not as a chore, but as one of the most exciting and empowering steps you can take. Turning your life into a vibrational magnet is an act of profound self-care. It's a declaration to yourself and to the universe that you are worthy of a beautiful, supportive, and inspiring reality. You are no longer willing to tolerate an environment that drains you. You are consciously choosing to create a sanctuary that fuels you, that uplifts you, and that magnetizes your most fulfilling life right to your doorstep. This is how you take your power back. Let's use a metaphor here. Think of your desire for a fulfilling life as a beautiful sailboat. Your future self is the captain, and your intentions are the destination on the map. The practices of scripting your future and embodying the feeling are the wind in your sails, propelling you forward. They give you the energy and the direction you need to move toward your dreams. Without that wind, you're just sitting still in the water, not going anywhere, no matter how beautiful your boat is. This is why the first two hacks are so essential for creating momentum. But your environment? Your environment is either the anchor holding you in place, or it's part of the sail, catching even more wind for you. If your space is cluttered, disorganized, and filled with reminders of past failures or a version of you that you want to leave behind, it is a heavy anchor dropped to the bottom of the sea. You can be scripting and embodying with all your might, generating all this incredible wind. But if that anchor is down, you're just going to spin in circles. You'll feel the pull and the tension, but you won't make any real progress toward the shore of your dreams. This is why so many people feel frustrated. They say, Mel, I'm doing the work, I'm journaling, I'm visualizing, but nothing is changing. 9 times out of 10, when we dig deeper, we find they are trying to sail with the anchor down. They are trying to build a new life while still being tethered to the physical evidence of their old one. The simple yet profound act of cleaning your space, of decluttering, is the equivalent of pulling up that heavy anchor. It's the moment you release the drag and allow the wind in your sails to actually do its job and move you forward. And when you go a step further and intentionally curate your space with visual anchors and things that inspire you, you're not just pulling up the anchor, you're adding more surface area to your sail. You're creating an environment that catches even more of that positive, forward-moving energy. Your space starts working you, amplifying your efforts and accelerating your journey. It stops being a source of drag and becomes a source of power. So I ask you again, look around you. Are you surrounded by anchors or by sails? It's time to pull up the anchor for good. Okay, I know the idea of overhauling your entire environment can feel overwhelming. You might be looking around right now thinking, Beverly, I have years of stuff to go through. I don't have a whole weekend to do this. I hear you. And that's why we're not going to start there. We're going to use the 5-second rule and apply it to our space. We're going to start with a simple, non-negotiable 5-minute reset. That's it. Just 5 minutes. Everyone has 5 minutes. This is about building momentum and proving to yourself that you can create change. Here's your assignment. Pick one, just one, surface in your home. It could be your kitchen counter, your nightstand, your desk, or that chair in the corner that has become a second closet. Set a timer for 5 minutes. For those 5 minutes, your only job is to clear that one surface completely. Put things away where they belong. Throw away the trash, wipe it down. When the timer goes off, you stop. That's it. Just one clean, clear surface. I want you to do this every single day for a week. What this tiny action does is incredible. First, it gives you a daily win. It proves to your subconscious mind that you are a person who creates order from chaos. You are a person who takes action. Second, that one clear surface becomes a visual anchor of calm and clarity in your space. Your eyes will be drawn to it, and it will give you a little hit of dopamine, a feeling of accomplishment. It will remind you of what's possible. It will create a stark contrast with the clutter around it, which will slowly but surely motivate you to tackle other areas. This 5-minute reset is not about cleaning your whole house. It's about changing your identity. It's about shifting from someone who feels overwhelmed by their environment to someone who is in control of their environment. It's a small, consistent action that builds trust with yourself, and that trust is the foundation upon which you will build your fulfilling life. So don't just listen to this. Do it. Pick your surface right now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Start the timer. This is your first step to turning your home into a sanctuary that supports your biggest dreams. If you made it this far, I know you're serious about living a fulfilling life. You've pushed past the surface level advice and you're ready to do the real work, the work that creates lasting, profound change. So don't stop here. Keep your momentum going. You've built up this incredible energy just by watching this video and taking in these ideas. The most important thing you can do right now is to take that next step, to continue feeding your mind with the tools and strategies that will empower you to become the person you've always wanted to be. The journey to a fulfilling life isn't a one-and-done event. It's a practice. It's about showing up for yourself day after day. And a huge part of that is facing the challenges that will inevitably come your way. That's why I want you to watch this next How to Face Plus Overcome Any Challenge. Head on in 2025 3 Powerful Manifestation Hacks. It's the perfect next piece of the puzzle. It'll show you how to build unshakable confidence and resilience so that no matter what life throws at you, you don't just survive, you thrive. It will equip you to handle setbacks with grace and power. Your support means the world and helps us reach more people who need to hear this message. So if this video helped you, if you had even one aha moment, please take a second to hit that like button. It truly makes a difference. And to make your commitment real, to declare it to yourself and to the universe, go down to the comments right now and write, "I'm ready." By typing those 2 simple words, you are planting a powerful seed of intention. You're claiming your most fulfilled life this year, and we are all here to cheer you on. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I want you to leave here feeling energized, empowered, and ready to take action. The tools are in your hands now. The power has always been inside you, and now you have the strategy to unlock it. Go script your future.